Hi everyone, this is Jyoti. I hope you all are doing really good. Now you can open new avenues to backtest better with the Backinzo because you have choice of working around with the leg basis of an underlying movement as well as the combined basis. So as you can see that this is the way by which you can set target and the stop loss based on an underlying movement on the leg wise. And this button, target setting and the stop loss setting, you can utilize it for setting target and the stop loss onto your portfolio. That is the combined one. So there are actually two ways of setting target and the stop loss on the basis of an underlying. We will understand the leg wise underlying target and the stop loss first. Although I have made a video onto it, I'll post the video so that you can connect the dots. Okay. But still, I'll showcase it to you the first case, that is setting target and a stop loss based on an underlying, but that too leg wise. And in the second case, I'll showcase it to you how you can set target and the stop loss onto your portfolio. That is the combined underlying. Right. Now, let's talk about the first case. Let's say if you have picked a leg, let's say this is the short straddle portfolio and you have picked up a leg and your interest is to play that leg wise. So, the target and the stop loss should be set, but the assessment parameter is not like usual premium basis, but you want it to be calculated on the basis of an underlying movement. So under this target, you can choose this underlying, and under the stop loss also, you can choose this underlying. This is the target value and this is the stop loss value box, right? Herein you can specify the value. Now in this case, as you can see that I have picked a leg here. So in target, I'm specifying as let's say 50 points. And here under this SL value, I am inserting 50 points, right? Now you may have thought when I'm selling a leg, as you can see that it's a sell leg, call sell, right? So you may have a thought that when I'm selling a leg and still I'm inserting a neutral value of 50 points here in the target as well as in the stop loss. 50 points मैंने यहाँ पे neutral value insert किया है under target value and the stop loss value. How can a leg which is being sold with plus 50 target and plus 50 stop loss looks contradictory, right? But that's wherein beauty comes into the picture. Backinzo logically determines whether you are long or short by accessing leg buy and the sell signal. Okay, यहाँ पे आपका buy और sell के basis पे वो देख के logically determine कर लेता है that what you want it from your leg, right? I'll quickly showcase it to you on this Excel sheet. So buy CE and sell PE, it is considered as long, and sell CE and buy PE, it is considered as short in Backinzo. Okay. So this is how we set the target and the stop loss. यहाँ पे आपको minus की value insert करने की जरूरत नहीं है. For example, when you are selling a leg, so you thought कि टारगेट मुझे नीचे की तरफ चाहिए तो -50 का मैं यहाँ पे स्पेसिफाई कर रही हूँ. There's no need of it, right? Because as I just said, that Backinzo logically determines whether you are long or short by assessing leg buy and the sell, right? Backinzo, while backtesting on the basis of an underlying, knows that you're selling a leg, right? So in this case, Backinzo will calculate automatically that what you are expecting out of your leg. अगर आपने कॉल सेल किया है तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो टारगेट -50 में ही लेगा एंड एसएल +50 में लेगा. The same rule applies for the buy leg as well. Now, this was an explanation for the setting leg-wise target and the stop loss based on an underlying, right? But the scenario will change when we are working with the combined leg movement on the basis of underlying and setting up target and the stop loss accordingly, right? So that I'll showcase it to you in the case 2. So I'll quickly save this portfolio. I'm removing this leg. I just want to showcase it to you how it works. Okay. So as you can see that it's a cell leg called cell leg. So ideally ये पीछे से determine कर लेगा on the basis of by accessing the leg buy and the sell -50 का value ले लेगा for the target and +50 का ये ले लेगा value for the stop loss, right? I'm naming this portfolio as leg wise. I'm saving this portfolio. My portfolio is saved. I'll enable it, recalibrate it. I'll run it over simulated. I'll use this plus sign to expand it. Plus sign for expanding this option portfolio. You can drag this to the right hand side. And as you can see that this is the static field, right? 18,068. 18,068 was my underlying price when it got executed on 10th November. 9:20 was the start time, right? So here in 50 points का मैंने target दिया था, 50 points का stop loss दिया था for this particular leg, right? Leg wise मैंने target and stop loss set किया on the basis of an underlying, right? So see, this is the target 50 points ka. So 18,018 is my target and 18,118 is my stop loss. So देखा ना आपने that this is the beauty of Backinzo, that Backinzo logically determines whether you are long or short by assessing the leg buy and the sell. Okay, so this was the case when you want to set target and the stop loss on the basis of an underlying, but the leg wise. Okay, now we'll see the case 2. So this is the case 2 wherein scenario will change because we are working with the combined leg movement on the basis of an underlying movement, right? So instead of setting target and a stop loss based on an underlying leg wise, I'll mark it as none because this time I want to set target and the stop loss onto my whole portfolio, that is short straddle portfolio, right? So for that, just click on the target setting and the stop loss setting. Under the target setting, just choose the target type as underlying movement, and herein you can specify it in points and percentage, and then specify with this sign. For minus, just mention the minus sign. Have you noticed that when I was setting target and stop loss leg wise on the basis of an underlying, I did not use the minus sign, but herein, when I'm setting the target and the stop loss onto my whole portfolio, that is the combined one, then herein you have to mention the minus because leg wise mein Backinzo logically determines whether you are long or short by assessing leg buy or sell, right? But herein, when it is combined portfolio, then you have to specify in which direction you want it to be. So it's completely onto the user how he or she wants it to be. So under target type यहाँ पे आप specify कर सकते हैं in points and percentage. So here in suppose यहाँ पे plus 35 points का movement मुझे चाहिए. If it gives 35 points movement in my direction, then just square off this portfolio, right? That is shortest straddle portfolio. And under the stop loss setting, I want it to be in the minus. मतलब नीचे की तरफ minus. Then herein I have to specify minus 35, right? And I'll quickly save this portfolio with the name plus target and minus stop loss. And my portfolio is saved. I'll enable it, recalibrate it. I'll run it over simulator. You can use this to expand it. Just drag it here. And as you can see that it's a combined portfolio and that's the reason आपको यहाँ पे इस legs के सामने आपको target और stop loss mention नहीं होगा because it's a combined one. So that's the reason combine and target आपको यहाँ पे देखने को मिलेगा. So this is the underlying price and this is the target. So target I had set as plus 35 points, right? So plus 35 points of this value, that is 18,068. As you can see that it's a static field. So the target plus 35 points comes out to be 18,103, right? And minus 35 points I have kept as a stop loss. So this is the value, that is 18,033. And as you can see that it has exited also onto the stop loss. So the message has come in front of you, right? On hitting the stop loss, it has shown you the status. So this is the case 2. Now I'll quickly showcase it to you how you can this time how you can set in target in the minus and the stop loss in the plus. So this is a short straddle portfolio, but this time I want to square off my portfolio if underlying goes down by 35 points, let's say, in the downside direction. So that means I want to book my profit. If the underlying goes down by 35 points, then here in under target type, Just choose underlying movement and herein just mention it with minus sign, that is minus 35, right? And a stop loss herein you can mention it in positive, because when you are mentioning target in minus, then a stop loss should be in positive, and if a stop loss is in negative, then target should be in positive. Simple. So herein I'm mentioning 35. So this is how you can use either way round. Okay. I'm naming this portfolio as minus target and plus a stop loss. I'm saving this portfolio. My portfolio is saved. I'll recalibrate it. I'll run it over simulator. You can use this to expand the fields. Just drag it to the right hand side. And as you can see that this is the underlying price and it's a static field. So 18,068 was the price when it got executed at the start time. And the start time I had mentioned there as 920, right? So 18,068 is the underlying price and the target was in minus 35, right? So minus 35 comes out to be 18,033 and plus 35 was my stop loss. So this is my stop loss, 18,103, right? So upon hitting the target of the stop loss, as you can see that this is the ticker and it has exited on the target. But how will I come to know whether it has hit the target or the stop loss, right? So here and you under this message section, you can see the message remark here that it got exited on the target. So I hope you found this video useful. Happy backtesting with Backinzo. Stay tuned and thanks for watching.